I'm Jure Leskovec, and I'm professor in computer science department in the AI lab at Stanford University. Yeah, I was talking about foundation models for enterprise data. The key point is that enterprise data is usually organized in data warehouses in this semi-structured tabular form, and that we need foundation models who can learn over this type of structured, semi-structured data to be able to make effective decisions on top of this data. And these models need to be grounded in those data, because that data is what is kind of the most valuable data of every enterprise. The rise of, let's say, Gen AI, large language models, and so on, what is it commoditizing? It's basically commoditizing skilled work, right? So the constraint that is popping out now is, how do we get value out of our own data? Because that's what makes each of our businesses unique, right? If we are all using the same skilled work on the other side, we are all the same. So what is the differentiator now is not the work, it's actually the information, the data, and how do we extract value from the data? How do we make accurate decisions based on our internal enterprise data? When I say internal enterprise data, it would be customer records, transaction records, financial ledgers, product catalogs, supply chain records, all these kinds of data that is used to basically make decisions. There are several, I would say, unique aspects. First, data in financial organizations is very complex and usually very large, right? Because you have multiple touch points with your client, with your customer, all from at the transaction level to business interactions, person-to-person interactions, and so on. So I think that complexity and that heterogeneity is both interesting but also very valuable, so that we actually can build AI that can learn from all these heterogeneous interactions to give us value. I would say that's the example of uniqueness. And then, of course, I think the level of trust that we need in these models, because it's a regulated industry, is also very, very important. I think what is interesting talking to them is the diversity of the problems they have, and the fact that kind of all these problems kind of require them to bring together and reason over this heterogeneous multi-touch point, long-term type data.